Okay, once again, a very good afternoon to one and all. So now let us see the seventh lab program, which is basically pertaining to the concept of functions. Okay, so now let us understand what exactly the problem statement, what is the input and what is the output. Let us see. Okay, this program is basically we need to implement this program using the concept of functions to check whether the given number is prime number or not. So, and display the appropriate messages. And one more condition they have mentioned, you should not use any built-in math function. Okay, yes. So now let us see how exactly the program is going to work. While doing the fourth module itself, that is in the user-defined function, I have explained you the tracing of this program. So in this particular session, I will show you how to run this program and how exactly the output looks like. Okay, yes. So if you are doubts, if you are having any doubts or any clarifications regarding how to trace this program, you can just refer to the notes. If you have, if you please refer to the notes that has been given to you. Okay, yes. So now let us go with the program and its working. So now the header file include stdio.h. See the function prototype int is prime. The name of the function is prime, which is of type integer. So now only one input has to be given here. That's why one argument we have taken. So and it has to be end with semicolon. That is the rule which we have already seen for the function prototype. Next one, main function. Okay, so in the main function we have declared two variables. One is the result and another one is the number. So what is the input of this program means only a number is the input for this particular program. That particular number is going to be checked whether it is prime number or not. So what is a prime number? It is very, very basic concept actually. Any number which is having the factors 1 and itself is called as a prime number. Okay, so now the user is going to enter the number. So %d, comma, ampersand, num. It is going to be stored in the num. Next one, result is equal to is prime of num. So result is nothing but the result obtained after the successful execution of the is prime function. Okay, so here you should observe that this program, it is belonging to which category of function? It is belonging to the third category of function. That means function with return value. So function with arguments and with return values. Here we are passing the arguments also, and then after its completion of the execution, it is returning. Okay, yes, third category of function. Yes, now result is equal to is prime of num. That is nothing but the function call. So now the control comes to that function call. Is prime function will be called now. Is prime function will be invoked in is prime of what are the parameter we have taken? The number, that is num. In num, that is going to be taken there. For example, I have taken the value of num is equal to 6. Let us say int num, that is num is going to be taken there. Int is prime of 6. Thereby the function is going to start its execution. Now int I, here we have taken one local variable called as I. What is local variable, global variable? You are already familiar with that particular concept. Okay, now for I is equal to, now we need to check for two conditions basically. First one is num is equal to 0 or num is equal to 1. So we have come to the conclusion that either 0 and 1 are neither prime or nor composite. So that's why the only even prime number we have is the 2. That's why the for loop is going to start from for I is equal to 2. That is why. Okay, yes. Now for example, if num value is equal to 0 or num value is equal to 1, what it has to print? It has to return 0. That means the value 0 is going to be taken to the result. Okay, if the result is equal to 0 now, 0 equal to 0, condition is absolutely true. Then it is going to print 0 is not a prime number. For example, if you have taken the value of num is equal to 0 or 1, otherwise that condition is not going to be executed. Okay, so now we have not taken the value of num is equal to 0 or num is equal to 1. That condition is not going to be executed. Now the for loop is going to start its execution. Now we have taken the value of I is equal to 2 now, because 2 is the only even prime number. That's why. Now see the for loop. For I is equal to 2, I less than or is equal to num divided by 2, I plus plus. Divide that number divided by 2, and within that particular range only we can able to get the prime number. That is the main reason actually. Okay. Yes. Now, if that condition is true, then only we are going to enter into the if statement. Num mod I equal to 0. What is this I actually? I is nothing but the factor actually. We are going to compute the factors here. If num mod I equal to 0. If the given number it is completely divisible by I, then it is going to return 0. Then it is going to return 0. Otherwise 1. For example, let us take I is equal, num is equal to 2. Num is equal to 2. Okay. Yes. For I is equal to 2. Now, I less than or equal to, that is 2 less than or equal to num divided by 2. What is num? 6. 6 by 2 is what? 3. 2 is less than or equal to 3. Condition is true. Come to the if statement. 6 mod 2 equal to 0. Is it true or false? It is true actually. Correct, right? 2 3s are 6. 0 is, we are going to get the remainder. So now it is going to print return. It is going to return 0. Once again, I gets incremented. I is equal to 3. I is equal to 3. 3 less than or equal to 6. Condition is true. Sorry. 3 less than or equal to 3. Condition is true. Now once again, 6 mod 3 equal to 0. Condition is absolutely true. Now once again, it is going to return 0. It is going to return 0. Once again, I gets incremented. I is equal to 4 now. 4 less than or equal to 3. Condition false. Okay. So what is the result now we are having? It is 0. It is 0. That is the return value. That 0 is going to be returned back to the variable result. So now the value of result is 0. Now we are going to check in the if condition. If R is 0 equal to 0, because the value of result is 0 now, 0 equal to 0. Condition is absolutely true. That's why we are going to print 6 is not a prime number. 6 is not a prime number. For example, let us take up one number called as 5. 5 is prime number or not? 5 is a prime number because it returns 1. So now the value of variable result is 1. 1 equal to 0. Condition is absolutely false. So that's why it is going to print 5 is a prime number. Okay, so this is the small recapitulation for the prime number program. So now let us see how exactly it is going to run. Okay, yes, once again go back to the terminal. We have already copied this program in the editor, that is in the text editor. Okay, now let us run the program. So cc space prime.c, that is the file name, /a.out. Okay, so now enter the number. Now let us take up the number 6. Okay, 0 and 1 also let us take up. Okay, first we shall take up number 0. So once you enter number 0, whether it is prime or not, it should print it is not a prime number. Okay. Yes, 0 is not a prime. Very good. Next one. One more output, one more input, let us give 1. Is 1 a prime number or not? 1 is also not a prime number. Like this. Next one. Let us take up 6. Number 6. Is this a prime number? No, it is not a prime number. Like this. One more last thing. Let us take up 3. Is 3 a prime number or not? 3 is certainly a prime number. Let us check it. Yes, 3 is a prime number. So this is how exactly the prime number program is going to work. So here we have made the concept of here we have made the usage of the concept of functions to check whether the given number is a prime number or not by invoking the user defined function isPrime, which is going to check our entered number is a prime number or not. So compile this program and run this program in the online GDB editor and get the output, and copy this program output in your observation book as well as in your record book also. So if you have any doubts in executing this program, in tracing this program, you can contact me. I will definitely help you. The tracing program, tracing part, it has been already given in you in the notes. So study that part, and if you have any doubts while studying, please let me know. I will definitely help you in clearing all your doubts. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you so much. We will meet you in the next program. Okay. Thank you.